Test, test. Test, test, test. Hello, test. Test, test, test. Good? All right. All right. Thanks for joining us today. We have a mixed doubles game here on sheet 5. Draw number 5 of the OCAA Championships hosted by the YNCU Curling Center in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. We have Sault College versus Mohawk. Mohawk coming in with a record of 2-1. Sault College coming in with a record of 1-3. Sault College trying to play the come around freeze here on the green in the back 4-foot. Two teams undefeated right now in the mixed doubles playoff situation. 4 teams will make it into the playoffs for that. And this one's looking a little bit heavy. And we'll go right through the rings to the back 12-foot. For those unfamiliar with mixed doubles play, it's 5 rocks. One player throwing the first and fifth stone, the other player throwing 2, 3, and 4. And 2 pre-positioned stones, one in the a broom length away from the front of the 12-foot, as well as one in the back 4-foot. And a nice draw into the top 4-foot there. Hard to see the line from where I am, but it does seem like it's at least half to 3/4 open. Sault College trying to play the freeze here on the outturn side to the button. This one's coming in nicely. Looks like it might be a little bit heavy, though. I don't want to rub off here. A little bit of a roll, a little bit too far there, maybe about a foot too heavy. It is Sault College sitting first shot right now. There's a little bit of a pocket there that they can draw down into, though. Trying to play the outturn freeze here to the yellow, possibly bump it a hair. This one is hanging out there, looks a little bit heavy, starting to come down now. Trying to get across the face of this yellow here, possibly roll in a little bit. It's a pretty nice shot. Nice angle set up here for Mohawk. Sault College looking like they're playing the intern freeze to that one on the back 4-foot, just behind the tee line. Definitely don't want to be heavy here. Need to keep this one in front of the tee line. Give yourself something. Don't want to set up an easy double if you roll out a little bit. And they will tap their own to the back 8-foot and roll open. Not ideal. There's a little bit of separation on those two stones in the 4 foot, so looks like Mohawk's going to draw one in here, top 4. Possibly bump that one a little bit to the side. This one's looking a little bit heavy too, but it is starting to come in there. Weight's nice. And they have that button covered pretty well. It's going to be tough to get one in there now. Looking like he's calling for the nose hit on that green. Try to get as close as you can to nose, possibly make the double on the top. That green that he's hitting, I don't think is really going to go anywhere unless he can get across the face and roll off that one off the biting the back button. Quite a bit of weight being thrown here, trying to get things moving. Really good shot, actually. Opens things up. Just one sitting in the back 4 foot right now. Mohawk is still lying 2, however. I'd imagine the call would be a come around top 8 foot, bite the 4 foot here, full 4 even, buried. Try to keep this one in front of the tee. Don't want to leave a pocket to draw into. And that one will slip behind the tee line. Mohawk is lying 3. Draw to the button here for Ava.
Oh, Ava too? They're both Avas?
We do have 2 Avas on this sheet, so this is Ava from Sioux College. So it's got a curl here. And it is not going to grab enough, and it'll be a steal of 1 for Mohawk here in the first end. All right, well, welcome back here to second end of play in this mixed doubles game between Sioux College and Mohawk College. Mohawk with a steal one in the first end. Coming up a little bit light and short of the house here. Does block the draw path, so it does force them to throw the intern draw path here. Not a lot of rocks thrown down this side of the ice, so might be a little bit of a guess for draw weight here. Evan Bowman sweeping this one early here. Definitely want to get past the center guard there. And it will over curl and wreck on the center guard. Leaves an open draw here for Mohawk to try to get one into the 4 foot for shot and possibly buried. Couple nice draws in the first end from this Mohawk team, so I feel like they have their draw weight down here. It is a little bit of a different path, though, not a whole lot thrown down this side of the ice. And they will be buried, but sitting second shot. No, you're good there. Evan will try to get one inside here, inside the green, possibly half buried would be real good. It's a pretty tight path to get one buried there, though. This one is coming in nice here and just gets by that top green, but does leave a little pocket there for Mohawk to freeze into. For those of you who are not familiar with mixed doubles, the strategy is quite different. A lot of draws early on. You cannot hit until the fifth rock of the end. So it does force a lot of rocks in play. This one is hanging outside. Really needs to curl here to get off that yellow. And it will get by. And we'll roll off those two yellow, and it will be Mohawk sitting the one back button, but it is open. Looks like Evan is electing to play the hit here and try to roll buried. And he will do that. Still not a great setup though, because they do leave a pocket to draw into again. Always nice to sit 3 though. This one is hanging out there again. Needs to curl at the end to get past that yellow. We'll wreck on the front and roll in, acting as another guard there. Does make the draw path a little bit easier now, though. I'd imagine Evan's probably going to be going top 8 or top 4 here, so trying to choke that draw path off. Can't afford to be heavy here. Really need to have good weight control here. Make sure that you're sweeping this one into the top of the house somewhere. And this will slip behind the tee line. Again, leaving a sort of a wall of yellow to draw to. Again, this is all about weight control here. If you end up being top 4 here, that's not terrible as long as you're a piece buried, because it's pretty hard to get that one out. Just got to make sure you're tuck a piece or you're frozen on the back, but ideally top button half buried here is the shot. Other Ava throwing this last rock here in the second end. Gotta get it past this top green here. And just a little bit of a rub, but it will sort of spin to the back 4-foot corner frozen. Should be able to get to that one, I would think. Even if you lose your back yellow, probably still score 2 or 3 here. I think on the nose with control weight is pretty close. Even solid board. Make sure you get past that green. Big opportunity here for Sioux College to score a multiple here in the second end. It is Mohawk sitting 1 back button right now. Last rock coming here from Ava. A little bit of an outward motion there at the end of her release. It looks like this one's going to hang out there. And it will be a steal of 1 for Mohawk. 2-0 for Mohawk College after 2 ends of play here. Back here for the third end of action here in matchup between Sioux College and Mohawk in mixed doubles. Mohawk leading 2-0. Sioux College will have the hammer here in the third end. And a draw to the back of the forefoot. It is sitting corner frozen, but it did overcurl by about 6 inches or so. Another opportunity to throw one either corner frozen or top forefoot here fully buried. Ideally be biting the top button fully buried. Evan pretty hard on the curl sweep here. It doesn't look like it needs to go for weight. Looks like it could be a little bit heavy here. Ends up T-line, so weight was pretty good. Again, with this being mixed doubles, you cannot remove that rock right now. Changes the strategy up a little, as I mentioned before. Lots of rocks in play, so you'll see another come around attempt here by Mohawk. Trying to keep this rock out there. It looks like it's going to be close to getting by the screen. Possibly a little bit heavy here. And it will roll off, and hard to tell right now, but it does look like, yes, Mohawk is sitting 1. Electing to draw on the other side here. This one is definitely not light. And they will bump the green back and roll into towards the yellow to sit shot rock. So Sioux College is sitting one back of the button, partially frozen on their own. Again, there is still a very nice pocket there to draw into. And a nice shot there. Mohawk sitting two actually, sorry, on the one just biting the back button there. Still behind the tee line though, you can draw up to it. Possibly tap it a little bit, is not terrible. Right on the nose of this green, you should sit frozen on it and bump that green far enough that you're going to be sitting second and third shot, possibly, or sorry, first and third shot. Not sure I would have played this turn though. And that one will end up heavy, and Mohawk is sitting the one there. Another opportunity to get one here just in front of it, and it will be hard to get those green moving out of the button in the 4-foot area. Ideally, curl right up to the nose of your own green here would be perfect. Wouldn't leave much scoring area left for Sioux College to get one in there. This one is curling hard right now, possibly a little bit light. And we'll just tick off that guard a little bit, and Mohawk still sitting the single point in the back of the button there. Have a couple options here. Hopefully, obviously, want to make sure you get to the nose of that green, but could throw backline weight at it and try to tap that other back green a little bit. Bring your rock back into play on the side of the 4-foot.
Yep, you got it.
We have a timeout here. Pretty tough to get shot here by just freezing on it. You do have to move it a little bit. It is sitting right on top of the pin. Ideally, if you bump it with backline weight, you'd be still sitting frozen on it, but you'll move that back green back a little bit further and possibly leave yourself a chance to score a multiple here. Would imagine that's what they're trying to discuss now is the weight that they play this with. Even if you're a little bit heavy and you rub off your own yellow here, you should roll in towards the green, and it might set up some type of angle for you. Obviously can't be light here. All right, Evan about to throw his last rock here in the third end. Trying to set up something here that you could possibly score a multiple, but you got to move that green a little bit. Working really hard to get this one by the front guard. And we'll just tick it, and it will open it up, but Mohawk still sitting one on the back of the button. Mohawk will probably be playing one just a tight guard here, I would imagine, or even into the 12 foot's not bad. It's really all line. It's not necessarily a weight shot here. Try to force Sioux College to a really tough single. I don't know if you could get to the pin if this is covered, so this one is going to over curl a little bit, but mission accomplished there. I believe you just have your chance for your single here, but you got to move that green a little bit. Yeah, it is frozen on that one in the back four, so it'd be tough to get shot out of this, but this is where you wish you had a little bit more space to maybe throw a missile here, but I don't think that green would go anywhere regardless the way it's corner frozen. Will be a steal of one here again for Mohawk, and they will take a 3-0 lead going into the fourth end of play. All right, welcome back here to the fourth end of play. Sioux College down 3-0 to Mohawk College. They will have the hammer here in 4, and they are electing to use their power play. For those of you not familiar with this setup for mixed doubles, you can request once in a game to use a power play, which will set up your rock behind a corner guard, slightly over buried. And it looks like they are going to draw to the top 4 foot, which is a good call. You can't remove it from play, and then you play your reverse guard there. But this one looks like it is going to come up light. Still a good spot. So College will try to bury one around the corner guard here. This one's looking slightly heavy. And will touch their own and roll open. Again, still can't hit that rock as it's not allowed until 5th rock. You'll see Mohawk come around the center guard here. Try to shrink the scoring area and force Sioux College into the center, which will take away that advantage of having the corner guard up. So line looks really good here. Needs to curl a bit. And nice draw there. Sitting at least half to 3/4 buried. Maybe a slightly a little too much weight. Wanted to keep that maybe a foot higher. And we are going to see a peel on the center line guard here, a run back attempt. And he'll peel the guard, and Mohawk is sitting one on the button with nothing in front of it. So looks like they are going to hit that yellow rock on the side, try to sit 2. Hoping to force them to 1 here with this strategy. And they will get the nose here. There is a double there, but it does jam. Looks like they are going to try possibly a hit and roll here behind the corner guard. Most important, your shooter has to stick around here no matter what. It's looking pretty good. Does get the nose. Same shot here for Elias. He's going to nose this yellow, sit 2. You could roll here, but if you did roll, they would probably see Sioux College try to play a corner freeze. Ideally, just nosing this rock is pretty good. We'll roll towards the center line. Does set up a off-nose double here. Could make the roll here too. Again, important to make sure your shooter sticks around here. And hits it a little too thick and won't make the double, rolls his shooter out. So Mohawk will be sitting 1 here in the back of the 8-foot. And I would imagine they're going to try to split the house or try to sit 2 somewhere. So just trying to make sure you're sitting your 2 points here. You don't set up a double for 2. Look like they pointed to top 8 just off center line is where they want this to end up. This one is a little bit heavy and does set up that double for 2. It is a sort of a strange angle. It's not a routine double. It's a little bit thinner. Don't want to hit it too thick and roll over the top of it. Quarter of a rock should be real close here to getting this double. She is drawing for 1. And she'll make the draw. And it's 3-1 for Mohawk, leading after 4 ends of play here. All right, welcome back here to the fifth end of play. OCAA Championships hosted here at the YNCU Curling Center. We have Sioux College playing Mohawk College. Mohawk is leading 3-1 after 4 ends of play with the hammer. And some nice weight there, but line was not very good and leaves that one wide open. Again, you're not allowed to hit in mixed doubles. Fifth rock. Sioux College needing to generate a steal here. They need to get some rocks positioned here well in the 4-foot corner or frozen on the one in the back 4. A little bit of a rub there, and that one will stop just short of the house. Not a bad spot. Evan Bowman attempting the out turn draw here. Not touching this one, thinking it might be slightly heavy, but it is coming down. And nice shot there by Evan. Sioux College is sitting 1 frozen on the back of the 4-foot. Does leave another out turn draw attempt here to sit frozen as well. Looks like Elias is a fellow lefty, so this will be his in turn. Should see a little bit more movement on the in turn here than the out turn. Might get a little bit of a rub here. And yep, it will. And that worked out pretty good. Mohawk is sitting 1. Possibly discussing maybe a little bit of a tap here. Create some separation on that one in the back 4-foot. Be pretty tough to get to the inside of nose here. It would have to curl quite a bit to be play that one really tight to the center line guard, probably with back 4, back 8 weight. This is looking pretty good. It's a nice shot there. They are sitting, Mohawk is sitting the 1. Sioux College sitting 2nd, 3rd, and 4th shot around the 4-foot. Looking at the takeout attempt here on the one on the side 4, of the forefoot. And he will get to the nose. Mohawk sitting 1 and 3 at the moment, I believe. It is close. No, Sioux College is sitting third shot. So Mohawk sitting the 1, Sioux College sitting second and third here. See Evan probably play an attempt to bump the yellow into the green here, roll the shooter in. And this one is hanging wide. Okay. A little bit of a tap there. And I believe it is, it's tough to see. I got a really small screen here compared to what's up on the TV. It does look like Sioux College's shot though. We need to poll the crowd here. Who thinks Sioux College's shot? I think it's close is the comment I'm getting from the gallery here. I would agree. It is very close. Okay, we have a opinion here that it's green. I'm gonna say it's yellow, but I'm probably wrong. So it might not matter after this next shot anyways, but I'm gonna say that yellow is shot right now. Just finished the timeout here for Mohawk. Didn't see what the call was by Elias there, but I would imagine he's probably gonna try to guard this. Not curling a whole lot here. Starting to go here at the end. And that one will end up just short of the one biting the top forefoot there. Discussing whether they want to play a tap on that green yellow, or possibly just go right through the hole there. I think you'd be able to get to the close to nose on that yellow if you play it tight to that guard. Ava throwing her last rock here in the fifth end. Well, I believe it nudged it enough. It's definitely shot now. Not sure if it was before or not. Yeah, Sioux College is sitting the one right now. Mohawk second shot right behind it. One rock left to come here from Mohawk. Not sure if you really want to play any weight at this. It could end up not good. Definitely don't want to be on the outside of this green. Could be a possible steal at two. Again, you're up 3-1 with the hammer here. Steal a one is not the end of the world. Still have control. Up one with hammer. This one's a little bit wide here. Oof. And it will pick the one off the back of the button, and it looks like that's a steal of three for Sioux College. So we have a 4-3 game here after 5 ends of play. Sioux College leading by one. All right, we're back here in the sixth end of play. 2024 OCAA Championships hosted by the YNCU Curling Center. Sioux College versus Mohawk College here in mixed doubles action. Sioux College with a big steal of three there in the fifth end to go up 4-3. Playing the sixth end here, Mohawk has decided to call their power play. Just been notified by our head umpire here that I should probably update the scores on the other sheet. So we have sheet 6. Fanshawe is playing Fleming College, and Fanshawe is leading. Can't see yet. Hold on. Looks like they're leading 6-3, playing the sixth end without the hammer. In sheet 7, we have Fleming versus Humber, and Fleming is leading 4-3, and does have the hammer playing the sixth end. So Mohawk trying to draw around the corner guard there will come a little bit deep, sit back 8. They are sitting second, third. Sioux College going to attempt a center line guard here tight to the rings. This is not light. Pretty good. Pretty good weight. Just a little bit heavy, but it didn't get that curl, so it will be wide open right now. Attempting a hit and roll here. Needs to curl. We'll catch the outside of this rock, but the shooter will roll out of the rings. And Evan has indicated that they're going to play the come around draw, the one top 12. Even if you're not fully buried here, 3/4 is pretty good. Angles would be not in a bad situation for you if you get this 3/4 buried. Got to make sure you're by the front though, and this one is curling pretty hard. Just light, comes up short of the rings. So you do have some staggered guards there. See Mohawk come around that one top 12 and sit 3 with the hammer. Again, weight control is key here. You don't want to go behind the tee line and leave Sioux College an out to freeze to get out of the end. Try to keep this one top 4, top 8. And that is behind the tee line, fully open. So I think you'll probably see either a freeze or a hack weight hit and roll here. And it is going to be the draw attempt here, it looks like. Looks pretty good. And a little bit of a bump, and you will be able to get at that rock pretty easily. Just got to hit half a rock. Chance to put some pressure here on your opponents at 4. Needs to curl a little bit here. And does avoid the jam, so they are sitting 3. I would imagine that Evan's probably going to play the same shot. Except it's not Evan, it's Ava. Timeout here by Sioux College. Coach Nick Lemieux making his way to the backboards. Got 2 options here. You could play the hit and roll, quiet hit and roll, or try to bury one. Both are pretty good options. As long as your piece buried, biting top 4 foot just for first shot, there is a jam there that you could only give up a single if they attempt it. I would think that Ava would probably like to play the draw rather than the hit and roll. It is the higher percentage shot. Draw to the top 4 foot. Really, even if you're second shot and buried here, it's not terrible, because if you give up 2, you're only down by 1 with hammers. So looks like they have elected to play the hit here. Try to roll buried here. Probably not throwing a ton of weight at this one, I would imagine. Board, hack to board. This one does need to curl quite a bit. And it will roll to the back 8 foot. And I believe it is the shot rock at the moment, but it is wide open. So you got a nose hit for 3 here for Mohawk. Sort of, you could have played either there. You could have played the draw, Could have played the hit. Like, it's up to the skip what they felt like throwing there, but I do feel the draw was the higher percentage shot. It was a riskier shot, but it was the higher percentage shot for sure. A lot easier to make a draw to the 8 foot than make a perfect roll. And this is looking pretty good. Nice shot. So they will trade threes here. So it's now going to be a 6-4 lead for Mohawk going into the 7th end. All right, welcome back here to the 7th end of play of this mixed doubles matchup between Sioux College and Mohawk College. 2024 OCAA Championships hosted by the YNCU Curling Center. Playing the 7th end, Mohawk is up 2 without the hammer. Both power plays have been used, so we will be playing the 4-foot game from here on out. Nice draw to the top of the button there, fully buried. Try to get a nice corner freeze on this green. Might be a little bit heavy here, I think. That one will slide through the rings, maybe biting the back. Yeah, it is biting the back. Chance to get another one here. Top 8-foot buried. Try to choke off that freeze. Lefty's out turn here. Not sweeping this one. I think it might be behind the tee line here for sure. Get a little rub on that yellow. Just wicks it. And they will be sitting 2. That freeze still available on the in-turn side. And we'll bump that green to the back of the house and roll the shooter over. It is wide open, but Mohawk is still sitting the 1 at the back of the 4-foot. In turn draw attempt here by Elias. Trying to freeze one here on the back yellow. That one will end up just off the, not biting the top 8-foot center line, fully buried. It is Mohawk still sitting the single in the back of the 4-foot. Very close for to tap this, I believe, to sit one. And a nice raise there. Bump the green out, and it is Sioux College sitting the 3 points right now. Looking like Mohawk is going to try the double and roll to the outside here. Across the face of that yellow. Try to avoid the back green. If you hit it thick enough, it'll definitely roll over the top. And this one's going to wreck on the front guard. Does open it up a little bit, though. Believe Evan is looking to draw to bite the top 4-foot here on the right hand side. Try to block that draw path in there. This one looking pretty good. Will come up a little bit light, but it's in a good spot. So a couple options here. Could play that same double that he just attempted, or I think he's playing the top. Straight tap on the nose of that green to the button, try to sit buried and force Sioux College into a slash. Tap it frozen would be ideal, or just off frozen, I guess, to sit first shot. Just need to curl up here at the end a little bit. And a little bit too heavy and a little wide. Sioux College still sitting the 3 here. Ava's going to throw a raise attempt here for 4. Just needs to be a little bit more than full 8 foot. Have to beat out that back one in the back 8 there. That one's sitting 4th shot right now. So just T-line weight here. Bump that yellow straight up for 4. This one is pretty wide right now. And it's heavy too. So that will be 3 points for Sioux College here in the 7th end. And they will lead this game 7-6 going into the final end of play without the hammer. All right, welcome back here. 8th end of play, final end of, well, not necessarily, could be going to an extra here. Sioux College is leading 7-6 over Mohawk. Mohawk will have the hammer here in the 8th end of play. And it's been a back and forth game with a lot of 3s being scored here. Nice shot there by Ava as she sits shot rock, bumped it a little bit. Is about half to 3/4 buried. And other Ava will be attempting a draw as well to sit frozen on that yellow rock. Line looks really good here if the weight's good. And that is a really nice shot there by Mohawk. They sit 1. Just tapping the yellow back a little bit. They're sitting on the top of the button, covering the pin. Got to remember the angle here. You definitely want to be throwing the out turn here if you are Evan. Don't want to tap that on back onto the yellow, so keep the angle on this side. Even if your corner frozen, it's pretty good.
That includes the one that's sitting in the house. No, I'm saying you can't take the one that's sitting in the house.
And it's heavy and rolls off. Does tap that one off the button though. Just biting on the back edge of the button, but gets it off the top of the button, which is a decent half shot there, I guess. Elias throwing his intern here. And that one will sit on the side of the button. Does create a pocket here for Sioux College to draw into. If you could draw right in between those two greens, you're in pretty good shape to try to keep this minimally to one or possibly steal for the win. Again, don't want to be heavy here. And they'll bump that green a little bit. Sit first shot. That yellow is accessible, but timeout here by Mohawk. That yellow is definitely the danger rock right now, as you could tap it frozen. Could draw the other side too, so probably see them try to roll off this yellow one here into the 4-foot to sort of block that pocket. Nose would not be good here. You could see Sioux College come around the other side, draw it into the pocket there. So don't need to really throw a lot of weight here. You could just play it as a T-line draw and sort of just chip off of it over into the top of the button, push that yellow back a little bit. Freeze or a little bit of a tap and roll here is ideal. Basically just a draw to the button here, and if the line's right, then you play that little chip and roll over.
Eric, can you play the power play back?
If you've used it already.
No, you haven't.
You can't anyway.
So looking to get a little bit of a roll here. Needs to curl. And he'll just hit that one off nose and sort of sit corner frozen on it. A little bit of space there. Sioux College is still sitting the one side of the button. Didn't see the shot call here. I think he called for one top 12, but no, He's coming around the other side. Sorry. He's trying to draw right to his own, I would think, to sit 1-2 and force Mohawk into a really tough shot to score. This one's looking like it might be heavy. And yellow will sit the 2. Both teams running a little bit tight on time here. Sioux College just under a minute left. Mohawk with just about a minute left. Attempting the double here. This one's wide. Sioux College sitting the 2 right now. Looks like they will try to block off that side, obviously, to try to steal that point. Does look like there's room on the other side too, though, however, even if this is a nice top 8 foot blocking that path, I think you could get around that guard with backline weight, probably be close, but just got to cover the outside of this rock so that there isn't a control weight double there to spin off for the win. Not ideal to be heavy here, though. She will punch hers over a little bit. Sioux College still sitting 2. Run back is there. Hair on the low side, probably get them all going. So slightly inside nose here on this yellow, and try to double those ones off the 4 foot. Will avoid the jam if you make this perfect for the win. And just wide there, and it will be a steal of 1. So final score here: Sioux College 8, Mohawk College 6. Sioux College improves to 2-3. Mohawk moves to 2-2. We'll be back this afternoon with another broadcast of another mixed doubles draw, or a men's draw, sorry.